Hello. Welcome to Night Court Narrative. Today we have Phantasma, and I am Quinn. This is
Hello. I'm Elvish. Hello.
this
We
is
have
Violet.
Violet.
Yeah.
That's gonna be B-roll, so be sure to check out the end of the video for some B-roll.
No. No. We messed up the intro. I messed up the intro.
Mind you, we discussed it like 20 seconds before, which is like something I would do every time.
It's fine.
Fine.
Well, I liked this book. I'll start with that.
Oh, I loved this book, absolutely.
Yeah, I loved this book too. Like, it definitely appealed to my little necromancy appeal. If that makes any sense.
So we're gonna put a pin in that, and we're gonna circle back to that. I have questions.
Okay, listen. I like the aesthetic. Not that I'm a necromancer, but I like the aesthetic.
I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. No, this book was really fun. It was very gothic, very Hunger Games-esque, but not. I don't know how to explain it. It was fun. I really enjoyed this book.
Yeah.
I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this because the wokeness is taking over TikTok and they hate Sarah J. Maas now. But if you liked the end of ACOTAR, like specifically ACOTAR, if you liked the Under the Mountain portion, that was this entire book. But like not Under a Mountain, if that makes sense. But it gave like the same appeal. So if you liked that, I think you'll love this book.
Wait, who did you say the fucking author was?
Sarah J. Maas.
We read the different book.
No, yeah, I'm just saying it compares to that book.
Oh, okay. I freaked the fuck out for a minute.
Sorry, no. Kaylee Smith.
Yeah.
We're reading Phantasma by Kaylee Smith.
I was like, wait, who the fuck is Sarah? I was like, wait.
You got so quiet there too? I thought you were just listening.
I was like, wait. This doesn't... There's another Phantasma?
We've done that before. We have done that before. Yeah. So Aqua and I have done that as well. Like on the podcast, we're like, wait, what? Turns out it was the same book, but he read the UK version. I read the American version. So our like main characters had different names, but it was the same book.
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is Lola?
Who's Lola?
He's like, do you mean Sabrina? I'm like, who the fuck is Lola, bro?
Dude, that's what I thought just happened to me. I was like, no way.
Bro, that would have been horrible. Like, wait. But no. Do you want to do the summary?
Yes. Because we read the same book. Jesus Christ.
Right. All of these people are like, I don't even know what the fucking book's about. We're now mad at some fucking person named Lola.
Yeah,
Lola's not a part of this book.
No, yeah, Lola isn't even in this book, guys. Don't worry. Phantasma is a romantasy novel. Romantasy. Why did I use that word? Okay. By Kaylee Smith. It features necromancer Ophelia Grimm and a phantom named Blackwell. It's set.
Go ahead and say that's full name. Go ahead, say the full fucking name. You have a full name?
I don't think I do have the full name.
My God, I cannot pronounce it. His name is Salem Stress Erasmus.
Oh, I remember why I didn't.
Well,
now.
But his nickname is later on is Salem, but it's Salem Mistress Erasmus Blackwell. I fucking butchered that. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's why I didn't write it down. That's why
I wrote it down because I was like, I want to be thorough. And then after I wrote my notes, I was like, motherfucker, I can't remember how to say this goddamn name.
Yeah, I just call that guy Blackwell.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Right.
So they navigate a dangerous competition called Phantasma to win Devil's Grant, which grants any wish. It explores sacrifice, legacy, romantic tension, and family bonds. The story starts with Ophelia and her sister. Oh my god, the names in this fucking book.
Genevieve?
Genevieve. Discover. You know how I read it in my head?
Disgusting. Wait, how did you say it?
Genevieve.
You know?
That's how I read it the whole time I was reading.
Oh, yeah. See, I've known a Genevieve, or I met one Genevieve in my life. That's the only reason why I knew it.
How the hell do you know a Genevieve?
I mean, my name's fucking Elvish. Like,
okay,
I'm pretty sure no one's ever met an Elvish in their life.
That's fair.
Now if I make a bad impression, they're like, oh, Elvish? Yeah, I fucking knew this bitch back. Like, okay.
Like, okay.
Sorry.
But they basically, her and her sister, discovered their mother's death. Ophelia inherits her mother's necromancy powers, which, listen, I think I won't nerd about this yet. Okay. Learns about the deadly competition Phantasma. She enters the competition to save her family home and find Genevieve, or Genevieve, I don't know how I said it, who is gone missing. Ophelia meets Blackwell, a phantom trapped in the Phantasma, who offers her a blood bargain for mutual assistance. As they progress through the competition, they face various challenges based on Dante's 9 Circles of Hell, which is, you know, hell. Their relationship deepens despite the curse that punishes love in Phantasma. Ophelia discovers that Blackwell is actually Salamistris, the Prince of Devils, trapped due to a past transgression. She frees him by confessing her love and gives him a family locket containing a soul. In return, Blackwell offers her a new heart and a chance to be his eternal tether.
I fucking broke you.
You did break me. I was like, no.
You could hear the wheel in your brain just spinning. Like, put some fucking WD-40 on that bitch. And just squeak, squeak, squeak. I'm sorry.
The novel concludes with Ophelia, Blackwell, and Genevieve planning to travel the world as Ophelia dedicates herself to helping other paranormal beings and forging her own legacy.
So, I'm not gonna lie, I read this book, I have no idea what the fuck you just said. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I died that entire time. Oh
Listen,
my god.
it was all because of Salamistris.
Salamistris. That, you know, that's
fragilistic.
Erasmus Blackwell. Docious.
Help me.
We're going to hell.
Well, you know, we did go through 9 circles of it, so, you know. I almost said 19, Jesus Christ. 9.
This book was really good. This book was really good. Oh. Jinx?
Oh?
We just said at like that was
Jinx. You go first.
I would have loved. You know what? I want a Dr. Pepper. I should have fucking did the whole old person. Jinx, you owe me a soda. God, this is going so well.
It doesn't help that I woke up like 30 minutes ago.
Bro, like, you woke up 30 minutes ago. I literally just got off work like 20 minutes ago, and it was an ass day. So I'm like, talking about books makes me happier. So we're listen, we are
I had a
going
dream I
through
was
shit.
playing Minecraft.
That sounds fun. Bro, I had a brutal dream. Whatever. Well,
Oh no.
I guess I'm kind of gonna do it backwards today because we always give our rating at the end. But I'm gonna talk about it, but I want to give my rating up front.
Okay.
I gave it a 4.5. I really fucking love this book. Now, I would have given this a 5-star. I would have. There's a few key points in the book that made me not want to give it a 5-star, so I bumped it down to a 4.5. Is this 5-star worthy to some people? Absolutely, and I will validate that. For me, I truly loved the whole gothic scene in this book. It was very, very well written. I loved the whole... I did compare it to Under the Mountain from Sarah J. Maas and ACOTAR. It's very much... They go through kind of like the... You know, kind of like what Quinn said, the 9 whatever, of whomever, of whenever. They have a greed one, they have an envy one, they have I believe greed was pretty cool. They had to put like gold bars on like fucking string or whatever, and you had to like pull yourself up, but if you pulled yourself up, someone went into the lava. It was really, really cool. She even had one where she had to figure out which one was actually her sister. There were 2 sisters in front of her. Turns out it was none of them. If she did choose the wrong one, then one of them died. It was a really interesting book. There was even this ghost cat. Loved ghost cat, but the ghost cat ended up taking her into like a mystery door, which there was said monster, and she ended up falling through a portal and falling in her on her ass. And it's just like
Ghost cat.
Fucking, I loved Ghost Cat.
Yeah, Ghost Cat was pretty cool. Except for the fact that it was a murderous ghost cat.
And you know, I'm not gonna lie, I liked Blackwell a lot, actually. He was pretty chill. He was kind of...
Well, how can you... I don't know. I liked Blackwell too, but that's because I have a weird, like, thing. But, you know, we don't talk about that thing.
You know, I kind of want to talk about that thing. I don't know. I liked Blackwell. I did. I liked him. I don't know if y'all understood from the summary because I was too busy dying and crying from the fucking wheel turning thing. But like Blackwell has been confined to Phantasma for the past 500 years. And he had to find someone that would essentially fall in love with him, which falling in love inside of Phantasma is also against the rules. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, you know? And he ends up finding Ophelia, which does eventually fall in love with him, and she's able to free him and get him out of Phantasma. And I really loved their story. I liked the romance. I liked the chemistry. You know, the romance actually wasn't cringy this time.
It wasn't.
It was very well done to the point where, like, a lot of the romance, dark romance, whatever books that we've read lately, I've had to skip the spice scenes because it's just like, bro, like copy, paste, cringe, whatever, you know? Just slap her on the ass and call it a fucking day. Come on, man.
I'm biting my lip for these spice scenes, but you know, it's fine.
Like, it was really well done. Now, the things I did not like, the reason why I took half a point off, the middle of the book, the, I guess, challenges, whatever, they were a tiny, now this is just me being, like, picky, they were a tiny bit too slow for me. They were a tiny bit too slow for my liking. If we were able to pick up, so like, okay, let's say we're at 1 speed, right? Like, let's do like audiobook, right? If we're at 1 speed, I would have liked the pace to be at like a 1.3. maybe a 1.4. Like, I wanted a little bit more oomph, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And then you guys know that I have an issue with side characters. There are a lot of authors that can and a lot of authors that cannot write side characters. For me personally, this author cannot write side characters. There were at least like 5 to 7-ish side characters. I can only tell you 2 of them, and I can only tell them apart because they said their names. Every side character just bled into one, to the point where I was like, oh, this one's being an asshole, that's Cade. Oh, this one's being nice, that's a woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can only tell it by who was, like, how they were speaking, rather than being able to tell them by personality or anything like that. So, me personally, I didn't like how there was one side character for 7 people and how slow it was. So I gave it a 4.5, but that's me.
Yeah. I also gave it a 4.5. I would have given it 5, but I'm very hesitant with giving books 5 stars because I always, some reason, feel like, no, I can't give you 5 stars because there's always going to be another book that could be better. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, that's valid.
But yeah, but like, I think there's like a few things that did make me like, not like, kind of like what you said with the challenges. I liked them being slow, but also they were too slow.
Right.
You know, like, it's like,
right.
It's like a matter of, I like slow things in books, but if they're too slow, then it's like, okay, buddy, let's speed it up. You know? So, I think that's part of the reason I took a few points off. But really, I loved it. Like, other than that, I don't know. I thought it's up my alley, to be honest. I like creepy gothic things. So
it did the gothicness very well too.
It did. Oh my god, I was giddy.
I do wish we saw more of the challenges though, because I feel like whenever we did see the challenges, it was very much like, here's half a chapter of a challenge, okay, on to the next. But I wouldn't mind like 2 chapters for 1 challenge, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would have liked, if we're gonna go slow like that, I would have preferred more detail and more like in depth, because if you have slow like challenge, for example, if you have slow challenges but no in-depth detail, it's kind of boring.
It's kind of, yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling, because if it's like you said, if it's just like a page or 2, then I feel like I'm not getting as much content as I want.
Right.
But it still feels like kind of iffy, like slow at the same time. So it's like, well, I feel like it would feel less slow, oddly enough, if we have like a whole like section of this. Like, you know, it would be more interesting. Because I'm more intrigued if you're explaining the whole challenge to me as if it were like a big scene than if it were a page or 2. Does that make sense?
Right.
So like, yeah. It just that's kind of how I like things being written. So, and like, I think you said this at the beginning, it did remind me a little bit of the Hunger Games. So that's like, I like the Hunger Games, so that it made me very happy.
Yeah. It gave me very much, I know this sounds weird, but it gave me ACOTAR meets Hunger Games meets kind of Twilight-y.
No, that's so real. I don't know what ACOTAR is, but the Hunger Games and the Twilight, those 2 together, I get it.
I will, you know, I have said it before though, sometimes over describing things can be a fault of a book, and it could like actually be the downfall of a book. For me personally, if you guys remember the Wings of Starlight, the Tinkerbell book, go watch that video if you haven't. That book overly described everything and it ruined the book. However, also under describing a book can also ruin it as well. And by all means, this book was not ruined. We're just being picky. But I think, you know, we deserved a little bit more description, because most of the book was the aftermath of like oh, this person's mad at me. Oh, I'm going to sulk. Oh, romance. When it was mainly romance driven rather than like challenge driven. And I feel like if we got a little bit more challenge, this would have been a 5-star.
Yeah. I think oddly enough, I know we like mostly read romance books. I am not a big romance person, and I think we know this.
Surprisingly, we don't. I don't know why. A lot of like this year, it's a lot of fantasy and a lot of thriller. I don't know why. Once you join, it's all romance.
Yeah.
It's as soon as you join, it's all dark romance or romantasy, but then it ends up turning into like fantasy, and I don't know. I joined at a weird time.
I think it was very funny that as soon as I joined, that decided to pop up because I really like thrillers and like stuff like that, and I was just kind of sitting there and I was like, okay, this is the first romance book I kind of like, or like romantasy or fantasy book that I kind of like, because I don't know. Well, I did like Love at First Sight. I like cutesy books like that.
Right.
But whenever I'm looking at like fantasy and romance, it's very hard for me to get books like that I like, because you have to do it just right, or else I'll complain. Because I play Dungeons and Dragons, so I know how I like my romance in a fantasy setting.
I am actually reading a Dungeons and Dragons-ish type book right now.
Oh, really? What is it called?
Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's a 7-book series.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It is actually pretty interesting. It's very funny. I'm like actually laughing out loud with it. It's kind of funny.
I might check it out then.
Well, if you end up reading it on your free time, we can like pick up extra recordings whenever and just record that series too. I'm down.
Let's go. Yeah,
also,
I'm down too.
With that being said, side note, the last 2 co-hosts didn't really prefer thriller, but I like thriller. There's actually a few thriller books in the loop as well, but not that many. So I'm down to add more thrillers come 2026. We already have our schedule for 2025, but come 2026, more thrillers. Hell yeah.
Big old eyes. Let's go. Yeah. I think, I don't know. This was, I'll repeat myself. It's very hard for me to like romance and fantasy, but they did it. Good job. Good job.
Know.
I forgot the author's name.
Kaylee Smith.
1 second. Yeah, Kaylee, good job.
And we read the second book and record it next week for y'all. So y'all will get a new video next week of Enchantra. So I'm excited. I don't know what Enchantra is about.
I don't either. I didn't read. You know how I normally read the summaries for like the book, like but I normally read them, and I didn't read that one, so I have no idea either.
That's funny because I don't read them at all. I go in fully blind. I want to go in fully blind because like sometimes the synopsis gives you way too much information.
Yeah, I mean, I like having information so I can kind of like know what the book's about and kind of be like, oh, that's what they're talking about.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, because if I go in totally blind, I might not totally understand the story. But that's just like my perspective.
Wait, there were 9 challenges? I only wrote down 7.
Yeah, there were 9. 9 circles.
I only... Because there was the maze, lust, greed, gluttony, deceit, violence, and fraud. That's 7. I'm missing 2.
I'm trying to think. Those were the only ones that I remember too. Wait.
Maybe they didn't get to all 7 because if you remember at the end, she didn't fully beat the game.
That's true.
So maybe we didn't see the last 2.
Okay. That would make sense.
I don't know. That's all I have. This book was really good. Like, I would actually recommend this book. I'm excited for the second book, though. And the second book is gorgeous. If you've never seen the cover, which, I mean, you will once you watch the video because it's the thumbnail, obviously. But if you guys go look at the second book cover, it is beautiful.
Oh, wait, I haven't looked at... Hold on. Let me look it up, bro.
It is gorgeous.
Oh my god, it is! Let's go!
Right, it's beautiful, yeah?
I like the purple.
Right. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I have Phantasma on my bookshelf. I need to buy that one.
Yeah. Oh my god, I found someone did fan art of like Genevieve, and oh my god, someone did fan art of the characters.
Well, now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah.
But alright.
Oh my god, Blackwell. Okay.
Let me see.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've seen Blackwell and the Phantom Cat. That he's gonna be on the thumbnail.
Yeah. Ophelia is so pretty. Okay, I'll send you these. I'll send you. Sorry, I got so sidetracked.
Well, I guess we will see you guys in Enchantra, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Wait, was I doing the intro or you?
You.
Shit.
I'll just edit this out. Or will I? Dun dun dun.
No! No! Okay, wait, restart in 3, 2, 1.